new Anthony Scouts, Wonderkid Interest, the feature eye on Hadji Malick Diouf. Currently playing for Czech Republic, First Division side Slavia Prague, who have just undergone a successful season, winning the Czech First Division title. And Malick Diouf has been one of their main protagonists, one of their main players. He is a flawless young talent, 20 years old, left back, can also play in left midfield. But yeah, this is a tremendous young talent who's had a very successful season. He's taken his maturity, his development, he's learning, his match practice and experience up through the roof right now. If you saw him recently, he was playing for Senegal against England at the City Ground, Nottingham Forest, where Senegal won 3-1. He was one of their main players. He was one of their top players on the night. He had Bukayo Saka in his back pocket, and that's no mean feat. But yeah, this kid is unbelievable. We did have a few eyes on him over a year ago. Liverpool were interested, reportedly interested, but now they've got other targets. We know Bournemouth's Milos Kerkez is their top target right now, so they won't be going for Diouf. But I do think this is a really, really good player that a lot of Premier League clubs should be looking at. I think he's got all the attributes needed. He's got the intensity, he's got the aggression, he's got the physicality, he's got the mentality as well. He's got a brilliant head on his shoulders. He's a smart defender. We know left back these days, managers want them to invert into midfield and become a situational midfielder or even bomb down the left flank. But first and foremost, this guy is a smart defender. He's astute, sharp. He doesn't take no prisoners, like we saw against England. Bukayo Saka tried to beat him 1 or 2, 3 times. He had him on all those occasions. He was stuck to him, stuck to his task. There's one instance where Saka received the ball, from a long ball, and he thought he had time, but Diouf, kept him a good distance, and when the time for him to snatch the ball came, he took the opportunity and won the ball back. It's defending like that are really, really is really impressive. But yeah, this kid is unbelievable. If you see his stats in comparison to left backs in Europe's top 5 leagues, even though he's not playing for a top 5 league club in Czech Republic, but his stats are incredible. He's top for progressive passing, progressive carries, all of those metrics. 7 goals and 2 assists. So even he's a left back that can score goals, can assist. But yeah, it's not just that. I think this kid is unbelievable, unbelievably built. At 20 years old, for him to be that big, that lean, that tall, that have that physical striking attributes, that makes him, a real presence on the football pitch. When he gets down, up and down that left flank, he is absolutely frightening. And like I said before, managers want left backs or right backs to invert into midfield and distribute play, be a situational midfielder in the build up, to distribute into the half spaces. Diouf can do all that. I mean, these days, African players are seen as players who are they're only powerful. They're not good on the ball. They're not they don't know how to keep the ball. This kid transcends all of that. I think he is truly phenomenal. If he wants to play out of pressure, through a dribble, through a nice sharp turn or on the half turn, he can do it. If he wants to progress the play, even when he's being pressed, find his teammates in the half spaces from a left back into more dangerous areas, you can do all that. He's fantastic. Even when he's pressed, he's got that sharp burst of pace that takes him past players. But even what's more impressive is his crossing. His crossing abilities is unbelievable. So when he gets up and on that pitch, he's got top ground coverage. He's got a good engine. But when he gets on that pitch, like we saw in the game against England, he was putting in some lovely crosses. He knows how to strike a ball clean, excellent technically. He's so refined, so smooth. The way he crosses the ball, with meticulousness, with consideration. That makes him a unique player, especially one that is African, especially one that is doesn't play for a top level club in Europe yet. But yeah, I do think this kid is on his way to the top. But yeah, Hadji Malick Diouf, remember the name, phenomenal talent.